Hi, friends in Artland. Welcome to the Seb Duke Show. The show where we talk about art marketing and mindset. My name is Seb Duke. I'm an artist and art marketing consultant, and I'm here to help artists like you market your art to reach the right audience and enhance your mindset in order to become more productive and efficient in whatever tasks you tackle. Twice a week, I bring you inspiring and practical advice to help guide you on your path to artistic greatness. And I do this because I truly believe that all art deserves to be seen, starting with yours. Now, we're about to start episode number 1, in which I'll talk about where I've been for the last 6 months, what I've been up to, and what will be happening with this show now that I'm relaunching it. But just before I start, if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe and rate this show on your podcast app. That really helps. So, after a very long hiatus, 6 months, I'm finally back and I'm so happy to be back. If you've followed this podcast in its previous iteration, and if you follow my Instagram account at seb.duke, you've probably noticed I've been absent for like half a year. What happened? Where have I been? Well, it's simple. I pretty much decided to go dark when the pandemic hit, around like March 15 or so. When the pandemic hit, I had the luxury of having some money aside, so I just decided to take some time for myself, away from everything and everyone. And to be honest with you, I didn't want to fight. I knew the world would be in turmoil. Everyone would be fighting for their piece of the pie, people would be losing their jobs. Everyone in the art world would be competing harder than the others in order to get the few dollars that people were willing to spend on art. And I didn't want to fight. I just wanted peace. So I took advantage of COVID as a time to work on my art, in the shadows, no one looking, but also to work on myself. I decided to see COVID as a giant reset button in my life. The biggest change I made has been to retool everything in my life and retool my actions in order to optimize both my life and my actions according to energy. And by that, I don't mean energy in woo-woo terms. I mean that for years, I was always burning the candle at both ends, staying busy with creating art, fulfilling orders, posting online, organizing photo shoots, coming up with post ideas for 2 Instagram accounts, recording podcasts. And it got to the point where I was doing too much, and I didn't have enough energy to carry it all out. I mean, all of that takes a lot of energy. Prided myself on not sleeping much, and eventually it came down to the point where I just needed a break away from everything. For me, COVID was that perfect context. So I shut everything down. I voluntarily withdrew from the world in order to rethink the way I operate at a core level. So I've shifted my mindset and I realized that in order to achieve what I want to achieve in life, I need to optimize my life in terms of energy. And I really don't mean energy in an esoteric way where I need to tap into a flow of cosmic energy. I don't mean spiritual energy. I mean physical energy, mental energy, emotional energy. I mean, I want to have the mental energy to carry out my tasks with a clear mind. I want to have the physical energy to carry out the tasks I want to achieve and not get physically tired. I want to have the emotional energy in order to be in the right mindset to carry out the tasks that I want and need to in order to reach my goals. So I gotta eat well in order to have the proper fuel to propel me throughout the day. The idea is to be in a peak mental, physical, and emotional state that allows me to be able to be focused and efficient whatever task I'm setting out to do. So I've created new habits, new routines, new rituals for myself that have allowed me to really optimize my life, my mindset, my creativity, and my output. I've picked up some wonderful tips and tricks along the way, which I'm looking forward to sharing with you both at the Seb Duke Show here and also via my Instagram account, which you probably already follow at seb.duke. So I guess that begs the question, how has my life changed? First of all, I've embraced physical exercise and overall health as a priority in my life. Prior to COVID, I'll admit it, I ate like crap, never exercised. Now I get up early in the morning and go for a long run, up to 2 hours sometimes. It gets me physically activated, which has the extra benefit of providing me with clarity and mental activation for the rest of the day. On top of that, when I make it back home, I'm already physically activated and mentally activated, so I'm ready to get down to working on whatever it is I need to do. So the likelihood of me lying around in bed wasting time on my phone in the morning is almost zero. Now, I've always thought of myself as an evening person, but I find that ever since I've shifted to waking up early in the morning, I have way more productive days and clearer ideas when I start my day with physical exercise. And there's been secondary benefits. I've lost almost 50 pounds since the beginning of the pandemic, but that wasn't the pursuit. That's a byproduct of making healthy choices, not a goal per se. It's just something that happened along the way as I became healthier. But the focus has been health and energy through exercise. But that's not all I did. I also did a lot of work in the shadows. By that I mean just work that wasn't very public until it gets released. And that is something that I'm actually super happy about. I actually wrote 2 ebooks on Instagram art marketing, which I just uploaded on sebduke.com. That's been super cool. I mean, I've never written a book before, so that was definitely a fun new challenge to tackle, and I really loved it. I wrote 2 books, and I have plans to write way more on way more topics, so just follow me along for the ride here. But I gotta tell you, writing a book is something else. It's not that easy to map out all of your knowledge on a specific topic and organize it in a logical way that will make sense to other people. I mean, in my mind, I know how art marketing works on Instagram. I just know it. I've been doing it for so long, I don't even have to think about what I'm doing. But to map it all out in a logical sense from beginning to end, that's something I had never really done before, and I've learned so much through it all. Now, after many versions, many edits, I'm extremely proud of what I like to think are the best books on how to market art on Instagram. And when I say how to market art on Instagram, it's actually how to market pretty much anything, because those principles are very universal. They apply to art, but they would apply to almost anything you'd want to sell. So the first ebook I just released is called The Art of Marketing Art on Instagram, and it's the ultimate guide on how to grow your art on Instagram. If you're an artist and you feel like your art isn't getting the attention it deserves, that your art isn't being seen by enough people, that book has everything you need to know, from basic things like the algorithm, how to optimize your profile, but also how to present your art visually, how to photograph it properly, how hashtags work, how to write great captions, and also what not to do. Everything's there. I also talk about the mindset you should adopt when you want to grow, and how to understand what people's mindset is when they're browsing the app. Because understanding the mindset that people are in when they're on the app will help you create content that will cater to that mindset. The book is 100 pages and 18 chapters. There's no crap in it, no filler material to pad it and make it look bigger than it is. I'm super proud of this book, and I know for sure it will help any artist grow their following and their presence on Instagram. If you're familiar with my style, you know there's no fluff. I'm only going to go for actionable advice that you can start applying right away. The second book is called How to Grow with Art Influencers. You know what an art influencer is? It's those accounts that have hundreds of thousands of followers, sometimes millions, and they exist only to share other people's art. You can actually grow your art rather quickly by knowing how to leverage these accounts. You pay them a fee, and they post your art to their followers who happen to love art. So that's great. They give you access to your target market, art lovers. But knowing how to use which service, how much you should pay, how to negotiate prices, which posts to use, how to maximize your visitor to follower conversion ratio, and how to measure your return on investment, all of that can be super intimidating. I mean, there's legit accounts, there are some that are padded with fake followers, so navigating that world can be extremely rewarding if you know how to do it right, but if you don't, you can get ripped off. So I've written a guide to help you with all of that. It's called How to Grow with Art Influencers, and it's available right now on sebduke.com. So yay, 2 books. But wait, that's not all. If you've always been struggling to come up with content ideas, I've also added an Instagram content planner to the store. I've designed it not only to help you plan your content ahead of time so that you can batch your work and have a free mind, but I've also designed it so that you can design your posts ahead of time by choosing what your objectives for that post are. Also, I've included a lot of storytelling ideas to help you come up with caption ideas. Everyone always complains about how hard it is to come up with caption ideas, so I decided to make it not just a productivity tool that helps you plan your content in advance, but also help you come up with content ideas. It's the one I personally use for both my Instagram accounts, so I highly recommend it. Head over to sebduke.com, browse the resources that are there between the books and the planner. For sure you'll be able to find something to help you along the way. And now, I gotta say, after a long break, I have a major itch. To share the art that I've been working on at The Big and the Small on Instagram. But I also have a major itch to really dig deep and really help as many other artists as possible with the best marketing and mindset advice that I can help you with in order to help you along your artistic journey. And I have extremely clear objectives when it comes down to the services I offer here. My objectives are simple. Within a year, I want to help 12 people a day market their art better through the books that I've written. I want to help 12 people a week through one-on-one coaching and change 12 lives a week by providing these coaching sessions. And finally, I want to help 10,000 people a month via this podcast with free actionable advice. And here's the thing that I'm super excited about. When all of these 3 objectives are met next year, I'm actually going to create a university grant to help someone underprivileged to study the arts, someone who would not have had the opportunity to pursue higher education. And this is really what drives me. The opportunity to be able to help other artists by sharing my knowledge and expertise through books, coaching sessions with you, and podcast episodes, and then on top of that, be able to give back. So I'd encourage you to follow me at seb.duke on Instagram, posting at least once a day there in order to give you practical tips on marketing related advice. But I'm also going to be posting about mindset, productivity, and optimization. Mindset is such an important aspect of everyday life and achieving your goals and objectives, and also becoming who you want your future self to be. I think it's extremely important to talk about that. Marketing is a conversations that you have with the world. Mindset is the conversations you have with yourself. And since the most conversations you will ever have in your life will be with yourself, it's extremely important to start there and make sure you're having the right conversations with yourself before you can go and have those conversations with the world about your art. And you'll see, as we navigate through this, you will experience tremendous personal growth, not just in your artistic pursuits, but it will also have a powerful ripple effect in your personal life. Now, I might challenge the way you think. I might challenge your beliefs, but always with the intent to make you grow as an artist and as a person. And this brings me to another change. As I relaunch this podcast, the format is going to change a little bit, where I will actually be posting 2 episodes a week. One about marketing, one about mindset. So instead of 1 episode a week on marketing, you'll now get 2 episodes a week. One on marketing and one on mindset. Monday mornings, I'm going to be publishing an episode on mindset in order to start your week on the right foot. And on Fridays, I will be publishing an episode on art marketing to allow you to think about that going into the weekend and maybe find some time to apply those pieces of advice. So yeah, 2 episodes a week starting now, and I'm super excited about that. The episodes will still be short-ish, 15-minute tops, because I don't want to bore you with too much fluff. As you know, I'm a fan of short, to the point, take it home and apply it right away kind of advice. Your time is important, so I don't want to take too much of it. I'd just rather supercharge the episodes with lots of content in as little time as possible. Oh, and just before I go, I recently reactivated my newsletter. Once a week, I'm sending marketing and mindset advice for artists, not just surface level advice. You know my style, you know I like to tell it how it is and only provide top level advice you can use right away. So visit sebduke.com and find the subscription model on the main page. It's free, and I promise you will really enjoy it and learn from it. So there you go. That's what I've been up to, it's where I'm at now, and it's where I'm going. And hopefully, you'll follow me along on this journey to get your art seen by as many people as possible. Alright, that's what wraps it up for today's episode of the Seb Duke Show. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to tell your artist friends about it. And if this is your first time listening, don't forget to subscribe so that you never miss an episode, as well as rate and review this podcast on your podcast app. I hope you make today a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.